Alright, so tonight we're going to try and make a trivet? I'm not really sure how you say it. Something to put your pot on when it's hot. You're serving at the table, put your stuff down. You don't want to put a hot pot down on your tablecloth. So this is going to be what you put in the place there. It's a decorative item. Let's see what happens. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, which I already did here, we got this craft board I got from Lowe's. I know what the measurements are. It's 24 inches. What I did was I marked it at 12 inches. Took my square. You're gonna line your square up. Make your mark there, which I already did. So now I've got my 1/2 inch dowel here. I'm gonna see how many cuts I can get out of this. So with this dowel that I have, I'm going to get about 4 rods from the dowel. I'm going to cut it down. Then I have my workpiece here. What I've done so far is take my ruler. I used a measuring tape, but for simplicity's sake, measure that right out to 3/4 of an inch on either side. You're going to measure it out. This is just a rough estimation of what I did, and then I'm going to line those up all the way down with your straight edge. So now what we're going to do, because we have our straight line across, we're going to measure. 12 divided by 8 is 1.5, so we're going to go down and measure 1.5 inches and make marks each way. So have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dowels we're going to need to install. So now we're going to start small with our drill jig, small drill bit. Let's line up these holes. Now with 2 drill bits in it to hold as a place marker, let's move our clamp down so we can work on the other holes. A size bigger again. So now I've got 2 dowels marked 9 inches apiece. So here's a rough go of what I want it to look like once it's done. I have some gluing, some sanding. I have to get one more dowel because I broke one, but here's the rough idea. Okay, so now we've got our 7 dowels. I've mocked it up. Now what we need to do is get these pieces locked together. That'll give it some width on the edge, some definition, make it more stable. I like this tight bond stuff. Alright, so now we got the pieces gluing. We're gonna let those sit for about an hour. Alright, so it's been about an hour. Now our pieces are glued together. What we're going to do is put a dollop of glue in each hole. Now we got all our dowels. We're going to insert one into each hole. Okay, so now we have the jig clamped up. Just try and make sure that you're level on all your edges, because you don't want it to sit uneven on any given table that you're going to be using this to serve on. I put clamps on, but very light clamping force, otherwise it's going to distort the shape. So that feels pretty good. We're going to let that sit for another hour. So now I've got a little bit of this Minwax stainable wood filler. I'm going to give this a try. I started filling in the seams, so I'm going to try and put some of this in there so that I can get a nice even piece here. Alright, so what I did, I got my wood filler in all the different parts now using a razor blade. I just scraped the excess off. Stuff is kind of sandy, gritty, and it starts to tack up quick, so while you're working with it you want to try and get it on there and in where you want it pretty quickly. Alright, so now we're just going to do some fine sanding and then we're going to be ready to stain. I've got my finish sanding done on the Trivet, however you say it. I got a new stain here. Early American Minwax. I've never used this before. I've used the Colonial Maple, a couple other ones, but this I've never used. So before we apply it to the Trivet, we're going to do a test. I like to use white t-shirt. It's got no dye in it. What I'll do is I'll just take a hunk, then I have a rag to stain with. So let's give this a little shake. Actually, if I remember correctly, don't shake the can. Yep. Okay, so after giving it a little stir, this stuff looks dark. So let's do a little test, see how it comes out. I like that. I like that a lot. Might be kind of hard to see. Let me see if I can get you a better angle. I like that color a lot. Alright, now on to the real thing. That's a really nice color. This is gonna look great when it's done. It seems to dry up kind of quick, soak into the wood, and it lightens up. You might actually even be able to see that in the course of me doing this stain if you speed it up. Alright, so I got some staining to do. So working on my stain, this color is just fantastic. I really, really like this. I think I'm going to be using this for some more projects, for sure. So here's our first coat. It looks like the stain took to a couple spots a little darker, but overall, I like it. I'm going to hit it again. Then we'll poly it.